Okay, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
What's your name, sister?
My name is Alma. Alma?
Alma? Okay, where are you from, Alma?
Well, I was born and raised in Mexico, and then I moved to the States about 6 years ago.
MashaAllah. How long have you been Muslim?
It's been 3 years, almost 3 years.
MashaAllah. So what religion were you before you became Muslim?
I was born and raised as a Catholic. Well, we're born as Muslims, but you know, our parents, I grew up as a Catholic.
Right, yeah. Your parents raised you up as a Catholic. MashaAllah. And now tell me, tell me about your life before Islam and how did you start to learn about Islam?
Well, when before Islam, I was basically the typical Western girl, dressing up the way that I wanted, showing up and everything, maybe drinking or partying or, I was just living life. I was not worried about what people would say. I was not worried about God. I was not worried about absolutely anything regarding religion.
Right.
I was not afraid of, if I dress like this, what is God going to say? What is God going to think about me? I was not worried about it. I didn't grow up with that fear in my head. So after that, I met a person, and this person told me once about Islam. And by this time, he was my boyfriend, and I told him, you know what? The girl will be with you. I don't want to learn about it. If you want to marry me, if you want to be with me, you're going to become a Catholic. Because I don't want to change my religion. My religion, and I remember this very clearly. I said my religion is something that I would never ever change for absolutely anything.
Really?
Anything.
Yeah.
And subhanAllah, somehow after a year, almost a year, Allah made me swallow my words. Because I started seeking knowledge by myself from that religion that I didn't want to hear about. I started having doubts in my heart that, why do I have to go to a priest to get my sins forgiven? Why do I have to speak to a statue and ask to guide me or ask for a miracle? Why do I have to do all these kind of things? So alhamdulillah, later on I started seeking more knowledge and starting to have more doubts about what I was doing, and I got to Islam, I got to the Quran. I started talking to people online and about what Islam really is. I found good things, I found bad things, but I decided to follow the good things. I decided I wanted to learn the truth. I didn't want to learn what everybody else said. I said I want to learn Islam. So I started talking to people, to Hispanic people over the internet, and they told me, what are you more afraid of, your family or God? So when I heard that, I was so scared of, what is my family going to say if I become Muslim? I was born a Catholic. They're all going to be mad at me. What am I going to do? How am I going to handle it? I'm the oldest in my family, and I'm supposed to give them.
Exactly. Especially the Hispanic, they are very conservative, especially about religion. They're just I feel like they are the Eastern family. Some of them they are the Eastern family. If someone changed their religion or do something bad, they dishonor the family. I know what you mean. So I completely understand.
You have a little bit of everything. You have people that follows 100%. You have people that follows just a little bit or whatever is convenient. My family is not it was not following everything 100%.
Yeah.
But they were following.
Yeah.
And as the oldest, it was the whole pressure was in my shoulders. I was thinking, if I do this, oh my God, what is my family going to say?
That's right.
And I was so worried about it. After I spoke to this sister, and I never forget the day I spoke to her, she told me, when you die in the day of judgment, your family won't be there. Your boyfriend won't be there. Your father won't be there. Your sisters won't be there. Who are you supposed to be afraid of? After she told me that, it was I knew what to do. So I decided I wanted to seek more knowledge, and I wanted to learn what I was getting into before doing it. So alhamdulillah, I started talking to more people. I started calling friends that I had from sometime before, and I decided, okay, this is what I have to do. I started doing salah before I became Muslim, before I took my shahada, but I didn't know that when we were praying in the tahiyyat, I'm saying ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna muhammadan rasulullah.
So you were a Muslim before you actually go and witness Islam.
But I didn't know I was doing that. So I started praying before I became Muslim, thinking myself I became Muslim. And all my problems, all the issues that I had, all my answers came to me after that. So I said, this is what I have to do. I had to go through so much for Allah to show me the way. I had to do something to get to the good side of the world. And that's when I decided I need to be Muslim. I am Muslim.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Now, after you became Muslim, how was your feeling? How do you, I know that you're not Arab and you didn't know anything probably about Arabic or anything like that. How did you manage to learn more about Islam and all these things?
Well, it was,
you need to give that message to the new Muslims because many of them, they become Muslim but they don't know what to do after this.
Right. I was very concerned about, like I said, the people around me. And I started, after a month that I took my shahada, that I became Muslim, I decided to start wearing the hijab.
MashaAllah.
When I did, at first my family thought this was just a phase. This was something that, it's okay, she's doing it just because
she's just going through a phase.
Exactly, just for some time.
It's just a period of time and then she will come back. Yeah, exactly. That's what they thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I put the hijab on, they were like, okay, now we need to see what she's doing. Because I started learning how to pray, and I would put the headphones and I would be in front of the computer watching YouTube videos of how to pray, how to pronounce the words in Arabic in the prayer and everything. And they would really look at me and see and be like, okay, what is she doing? And my mom would tell me, you're crazy, I don't know what you're doing. But alhamdulillah, she was never in my way. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. She never came in the way saying, I do not want you to do this, I do not want you. Until she saw that it was serious, then she came in and told me, okay, what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
By this time, my boyfriend, who is now my husband, alhamdulillah, he was away. And he was back in his country, and my mom thought that I was doing all this for him. And she came and told me, why are you doing this? He's not coming back for you. He must be
So your mom thought that you became Muslim because of a man, because you're loving a man.
Exactly.
But was it really the truth about that? Because many people, they say, oh, she became Muslim because she wants to marry. Okay. Yeah.
When you do something which is not to make you happy,
right.
When you do it for somebody else, you're never happy. I did it for the sake of Allah, and I did it for me. And
right.
I can tell you I'm happy. And I'm blessed. From the time I became Muslim, my life turned around in a 360 degree that it's hard for me to explain the feeling of it. The happiness that brought to my life, even though my family was, I believe they were feeling a little bit deceived, like, she was a Catholic, what is she doing now? Why is she changing? What's wrong with her?
I understand.
But the feeling that I got after taking my shahada and after praying and after, getting to know so much about a religion that I always thought was something else.
Right.
It's priceless. It's priceless. So I try to give my family the message. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for them to swallow it. But I have faith in him, and I know that if he guided me, he will guide them too. Because he
do you keep in touch with them and talk to them?
Yes, I do. Actually, my
that's
mom,
the most important.
Yeah, I talk every day with them and everything. They know my husband. Alhamdulillah, yes.
So what message would you give to the non-Muslims, and then what message would you give to the Muslims?
Well, to the non-Muslims, I would say learn. You need to learn. Because if you don't have knowledge, you don't have anything. There is no space, like I said previously, there is no space in this world for ignorance anymore. It's not about you learning so that you can convert. It's about you learning so that you know what you're talking about when you're addressing a Muslim and asking about this card. I had people coming up after me and asking, do you have any hair underneath your thing?
They think you're bald.
I think I'm bald. And in the summer, they come and say, aren't you hot? Like, yes, I'm hot. But like my sister Maria told me once, hell is going to be hotter than this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'd rather cover here than try to hide over there.
Right.
So alhamdulillah, if they don't know what a hijab is, they don't have knowledge. You need to learn. That's what the whole thing is about, knowledge. To the new Muslims and the Muslims, just would say, don't give up. I just would say, don't give up. Because Islam and every religion, Allah has made it easy. It is us who make it difficult to learn. we as a Muslim, born Muslims, they need to come close to the new Muslims. Not just when they come there and do the shahada and you come and hug and everything and you're happy. But after that, you give phone numbers and sometimes they don't pick up the phone. You don't call the new Muslim to find out whether they need to learn how to pray. I mean, we need support from the Ummah. We need support from the people that actually was born as a Muslim because they have knowledge. And we have knowledge, so we need to share it.
Right.
We need to share it, and we need to be together. That's the only thing that will keep us as one ummah. Right. That's what we have to do. We cannot be worried about, well, you just became Muslim, so I know more than you, and you need to listen to me. It's not like that. You can be born a Muslim, but you can also have no more knowledge than I can have.
That's right.
We all have to learn from each other.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair, sister. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.